Hey guys, Leo here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be covering Shortcake emoji or Shortcake, the former character designer for Love Letter, the person who has actually kind of started all this shebang, I would say. Introduction. We talk about here Shortcake found out Love Letter or Lovesick through someone named Before Yandere on Twitter. Saw a video and they claimed it was made. The claims it made. So they wanted to be hooked. They wanted to work on the project. So there were talking to Dr. Apius about being part of the project as a concept artist or a designer. They say here that there was an art channel for designs for the main character, and that's when Shortcake threw in their design. And then we can look at the images here. This was the first kind of iteration that they threw in the server. You can see all the files here, like the screenshots kind of show. This is a big screenshot. Damn, boy. This is basically, the file we have right here. All the stuff, you can see proof of when it was made. Very early on in the day. You can see right here, it says July 7th. That's pretty, yeah. So they did make this design quite early on. So the claims are there that they do own the design of Bo-chan. There's a little file here about Ayano here as well. So I guess that was the name. I forget if that was the case. So they weren't sure about coloring. So that's when they actually have these screenshots here talking about the coloring. And that's why they, Dr. Apius and them claimed that they had some creative input on this, but that file was way afterwards. So that's what we want to see here. It's really cool. And this is where kind of Dr. Apius then asks, "Can I steal your character and make them the main character?" That's important there. So I got a lot more context that way. I'm very happy to see that because it was kind of a bit obscured understanding when things happened, where things happened. So I'm really happy that we got that going there. And of course, they were very excited when they were asked to be used as the main character. So it makes sense. If you want something, watching the development of a game and then you actually have input on it, it's very, you can be very excited about that. I totally understand. So when the whole Yandere dev and Dr. Apius event happened, Dr. Apius asked, to deny the screenshots as legit, but then Dr. Apius went around and then said, "Oh, actually, it's legit. Whoops." So I don't like the idea that Dr. Apius isn't lying. It seems like it's a very common theme here, and I don't like that. Like, I would love to hear from them about what they, everything going on. But from what I've seen, even in the Bo-chan Feelings Twitter account, you'll see tweets there if you want to follow that, that someone who's contacted with them, they seem to be very adamant about not wanting to speak to anyone. They're just like, "I just want to focus on my game." Which, it can make sense, but like, if you want some clearance like this, I'm kind of adding fuel to the fire in that way, of like, you need to be accountable for what you're doing. And I'm like helping towards that. So I would love to hear an official statement about apology and stuff like that from Dr. Apius, but let's continue on with our statement here from Shortcake. So we can also see your statements made by them saying that they made the original logo as well. You can see that. I think you've seen that around. They actually made it on their own time, and they adopted it as in this was adopted by Love Letter as the official logo. After also as well, we can see here this was the original logo and banner that they used for the design. So that's what we got here, Dr. Apius. And then in terms of moderation, here we go. They see here that they were a mother bear, in quotes here. And there were little to no rules, as we've already seen. It's unfortunate that's happened. Basically a war zone in quotes here. We can see that. Similar to what Lou had said and addressed once again, Zayd and the whole money thing. We covered that already, but if you want to read more about what they have to say here, go ahead. After the departure of B and B and Standby. Here we are. Sorry, no, I skipped around a little bit. Sorry. And now they do also claim there's a parent clique made by certain members, that being Roman, Outs, and Apius. They spoke about the rating of Cameron's video. It came as a shock that Apius actually, rated this individual, because they seem to be a no drama kind of person, or so they thought, really. Shortcake does admit being part of the raid, but they do apologize for that, and they also have said that they did apologize to Cameron directly and retracted their dislike as well, which is great to hear. I think a lot of people have done that. I don't know if anyone else has really said anything about that, but I'm happy that people who realize their mistake has done that. So after the departure of B and Standpie, they also talk about that they tried to create a set of server guidelines. I can't remember where I saw that. Their statement. There we go. So Zaid, and then now they talked about their being doxxed, and it was scared. I can understand that. So no one seemed to offer support, and it was another day. So they, got some condolences from members, but that kind of subsided very quickly. We kind of saw that kind of like victim blaming. I can't be sure. Again, I want more context. I would love to be able to speak to Outset again to see a bit more about that kind of thing. And so sexual allegations, blah, blah, blah. I already got that. As a click I mentioned earlier. There's the raid. I'm sorry, I'm a bit disorganized. We can go down beneath here. So Standby were kicked. They wanted to make a document about things, and it seemed like they were immediately antagonized. Oh man, that wasn't good. That was not good to hear. And then we had DMs with Outset here. Being adamant there was not a strike system, but it makes sense since Standby got 3 strikes and then was kicked. So it's very strange. We can scroll down here. Screenshot that we've seen about the whole because drama thing right down here as well. So we've kind of seen this. We talked about this before. And then we scroll down a bit more. There's bad mouthing of B and Standpie. I don't know. It seems like they cultivated a very negative kind of environment there. Bad mouthing people. We're just like, I don't like that. Come on, professionalism. Come on. Well, anyways, we're gonna continue on. They give us a bit of an overview about the copywriting here, kind of confirming what I talked about with V earlier in the video. So copyright in the UK means that if you've made a creative work, basically what they've laid out here, you can read that for yourself, but anything that's a creative work, you are automatically given rights to it. You don't really need to do any money or anything like that. So it includes illustrations and concept art. So there we go. This next screenshot here discuss how it was collective ownership, despite their only contribution is the color choice. So we can see that color choice, a little bit about like point of sale and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. We can scroll down, continue on down here, and this is the part they lied about with the lawyer thing, which is threatening lawyers. That's not fun. That's not fun for anyone. Especially this being a free project. I don't think it would have been worth anyone's time to actually pursue something like that. So in the end here, the only thing that Shortcake really wanted to do was get the character design changed because it was their property and it made sense. So they did, and as we know, things seem to be a bit better. But again, as being part of this whole confessions team, looks like they're still pursuing the love letter team to be better for their volunteers. So they harbor no ill will, but disappointed that things have happened behind the scenes. Now they do mention here that they felt because of how things were managed, things felt doomed from the start. So kind of similar to what I said in my very first video last week, saying there's a bit of a curse on the Yan Sim genre. So that is Shortcake's statement, the one that kind of kickstart things off. Next, we'll be talking about Monster Girl Eve, a former volunteer for Heartbreak. They were a former volunteer for Heartbreak, meaning the project that Dr. Apius abandoned, using the name Narwhal before. So, yep, that will be the next video. Check out the playlist over here for all my love letter stuff, and I'll see you guys next in that video.